What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Rashonology. I am your host, RJD, here with another video, and this one kind of sucks. This one is kind of trash. It's kind of diabolical. It's
Stop it. Get some help.
in the worst way. Excuse me, Jesus Christ. My bad, y'all. Then it was rough. But anyway, this one kind of trash, kind of sucks, very diabolical, but apparently this is what we're doing in 2025. So you already know what time it is. Hit the like button. We have a video. We look at the video and we talk about the video. So let's talk about it. Let's see what we got going on.
Just been charged for making I'm not a lawyer, but a 31-year-old Atlanta woman has just been charged for making a false call to 911, which resulted in the death of Atlanta rapper Young Scooter. Let me give you a quick recap to get caught up on this story.
First of all, that's an L. Atlanta. Come on, y'all. I love Atlanta. I've been to Atlanta many, many times. This is what we doing. We doing fake. My ladies. First of all, my ladies. This what we doing? We doing fake 911 calls on people? Because you mad? Because you in your bag? This what we doing? Come on, man.
Last Friday, news hit that Atlanta rapper Young Scooter had passed away. According to Atlanta police, a woman called 911 to report seeing a woman being drugged without clothes on and some men with some weapons and some other stuff. Here is some of that 911 call.
Atlanta 911 operator 8715. What is the location of your emergency?
There was literally a shooting. The house, literally the neighbors next door, the house of the address that I just gave you, the 273. There is literally a whole domestic dispute going on. There's like 7 guys that live in this house.
Wait.
Nope. Nope.
Yo, there's a domestic dispute. There's 7 guys that live in this house. Yo, what? Oh my Lord.
I'm the neighborhood watch, and basically, like I said, these guys they're like selling drugs in and out of the house.
So there's 7 guys. So there's 7 guys there. They're selling drugs and some other crazy stuff.
Guys coming in and out of the house with guns and stuff.
And they got guns. And wait. This isn't funny because somebody lost their life. But there's 7 guys in the house. They got guns. Oh, and they're doing stuff. And 7 guys live there, and they have guns. And I saw them with guns. This is crazy. This is nuts.
Holding the guns in the air.
They're holding the guns in the air. I don't know about you, but I've been to Atlanta, and I've seen people holding that grip. They weren't holding their guns in the air. They weren't doing that. They were nice and concealed and tucked away.
I'm not sure if they're pimping, but...
And they're pimping. Oh, shit.
You stupid.
Hold on, I got it.
It's like the situation that's going on right now. This girl doesn't have on any clothes. They threw her outside. He was fighting the girl. He literally fought the girl. I'm not sure what they was fighting of.
It's over 9,000.
Yo, the cap level is over 9,000. So let's get this straight from the jump. There's 7 guys in the house with guns. They're waving in the air. There's a lady who got beat up, apparently. And they got drugs. There might be drugs in the house. They're pimping. And then there's also a lady who was fighting with another guy with the guns in the air. And they were waving guns and they were fighting over drugs. Bruh.
If they was fighting over drugs, that's what it sounded like. It sounded like they were
How does that sound?
fighting over drugs. And then they started shooting. She had some.
Oh, and they're shooting currently. They're shooting at each other. The 7 guys that are pimping, that beat up the girl, that all 7 guys live in the house and they're fighting over drugs and they're shooting at each other as well. So it's a kumbaya session that turned into a shooting.
Would come over there and they started shooting. But the house needs to be investigated. They're definitely doing illegal stuff over there, and it's disturbing the area.
Fire.
And the girl is hurt.
Nope.
Because she was like bleeding profusely, like blood everywhere.
She was bleeding
She's
profusely.
trying to get out. He's refusing to let her out, and it's like 7 guys in the house.
Now, during a press conference,
This is
Atlanta police
crazy.
say that they came to the house after that call, knocked on the door.
And shout out to the content creator. We always going to show love to the content creator. So we're going to put that at the bottom of the description in case you want to go check this person out.
The door was shut in their face, and then 2 men fled from the residence. One of those men, being young Scooter, reportedly jumped a fence, and according to the medical examiner's office, the fence he jumped was a wooden one and somehow punctured his thigh, which resulted in him losing a substantial amount of blood and ultimately losing his life. And
Okay. How does wood puncture your thigh? Was there a splinter in the wood? Was there a nail in the wood? That's kind of suspicious to me. I'm just saying, to me, it sounds a little crazy because a wooden fence, I mean, what splinter is that big that it pierces your artery in your leg? Because everybody has an artery in their leg that if that artery gets cut, you're done. You're done. But jumped a wooden fence and then scraped himself? Or he jumped a wooden fence and then he bled out? Now, if he would have jumped like a barbed wire fence and the barbed wire cut him, I could believe that. But a wooden fence? I don't know. I would have to see that fence.
as for the naked woman that the caller said she saw was being drug around, during that press conference, police said they were never able to locate her.
Because she doesn't exist.
You stupid.
The woman injured at all?
So we were not able to locate a female.
You said a dispute started in a car, a moving car? The dispute with
Outside of the residence.
Outside of the residence, and then a woman was drugged back into the...
That's what was reported. We have not been able to substantiate
Because
any
she
of that.
doesn't
This
exist.
is also a part of our investigation.
Reality TV show did an Instagram live claiming Blanco, who's also apparently on a reality TV show.
So this girl's on a reality TV show. Nothing wrong with that. It's just, this is nuts, man.
Did an Instagram live claiming she's the one who made the 911 call, and now...
Oh, so they found out. Who found out who it was? That's what I want to know. Who found out who it was?
Now, police have announced that the woman who made that 911 call has now been taken into custody.
Good. Good. Good.
And charged with transmitting a false public alarm, specifically if serious bodily harm or death results from the response of a public safety agency. Did you follow that? If you call police for a fake incident and police come and that results in somebody being injured or
You're
dying,
going to get charged.
you can be charged.
You should be.
You can be charged. This press release goes on to say that Mrs. Spence, the 911 caller, was wanted for her involvement in making a false 911 call regarding a person injured or deceased stemming from a March 28th incident, and she has been transported for processing. March 28th was also young Scooter's birthday, so he passed away on his birthday.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He passed away on his birthday. Damn.
This is such a sad story. I'm not a lawyer, but
Yo, let's see if we get a little bit more on this. Hold on.
Continuously beating me as he's already done this before. And me being a female, I was afraid. I never had any intentions that that man was there. I never knew that that man was there. I had no idea of that man's whereabouts.
What? She just said in the 911 call there was 7 guys, and she just said in the 911 call there was 7 guys that had a girl, that they beat up the girl, they had guns, they were waving them in the air, they were pimping the girl out, and as well as pimping the girl out, there was drugs in the house. She just said that, and now she didn't know the guy was there? Huh?
You stupid.
I'm speaking today to clear my name that I had no intentions to set anybody up.
No, you just had intentions to send the cops over there. And when you got cops going to somebody's house and they're street dudes, they're going to be out. And because you called the cops, that dude who was chilling ended up dying. I don't know what the girl said it was his birthday. He ended up dying when he didn't have to die that night if you would have left him the hell alone and not made a false claim.
I never set anybody up. I was threatened.
Yes, you did.
By an individual that's connected to the source. And this individual.
You could tell she's lying. She's sitting there like looking in the air, probably. Now you can't see her. This is audio only, but she's thinking about what to say.
Individual has done things physically to me in the past. When he threatened.
So you're trying to make the excuse that what he did or did not or may not have done to you in the past excuses you calling the cops on him for no reason? What?
Maybe I didn't know what to do, but what I did.
What? Oh, okay. I can't do it. I can't do it. All right. Yeah, I'm done. All right. So at the end of the day, this girl is a piece of shit. This is not only crazy disrespectful. This man lost his life directly correlated to something that you did that you didn't have to do. A false claim. And I heard her bond was like $7,500. So she only had to pay 10% if you know anything about being bonded out. So I don't know if she bonded out or not. Who knows? But I heard she didn't appear at her, like that court appearance. She didn't appear. But what she did directly resulted in this man losing his life, calling the cops for no apparent reason when he didn't do, at that instance, he didn't do nothing to her. There was no guns, no drugs, no pimping, no girl who got beat up. Like, this is diabolical, yo. This is premeditated. This is premeditated. She knew what she was doing. She intended on doing it. She knew what the result would be. She knew I'm going to call the cops on his ass for whatever reason. And there's no reason. I'm going to call the cops on his ass. And then I'll show him. I'll call the cops on his ass. And he going to have to run because he's a street. From what I heard, no, I don't know. It's allegedly. He was about that life. So, if you know anybody who has been in that kind of life, certain times they walk around, they're going to have certain things on them. And they ain't trying to be around no police. And she knew what she was doing. Did she intend for him to, not be unalive that day? Probably not, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And honestly, she should move. If she lives in Atlanta, this dude was I never knew who this dude was beforehand. So rest in peace to him. But I heard he was beloved in Atlanta, and she should move. She should definitely move and not stay where she's staying for sure. But this is messed up, man. How people get away with doing shit like this. She might only get a slap on the wrist. This dude lost his whole life. This is crazy, man. Disrespectful. Because she was mad. Because she was mad at him for something. I wonder what he did this a month ago, so I didn't know what to do. What? I don't know if it was a month ago. Allegedly. Everything is alleged, but this is nuts, man. This is nuts. This is disrespectful. This is diabolical. And, this chick is a POS, man. She's a POS, man. She's a POS. That's all I can say, man. This is disrespectful. Rest in peace to this brother. Whatever he did or didn't do, we don't know. We'll never know. But what she did directly resulted in this man's death. And she should be held accountable for it. Bottom line. Whatever accountable is, she should be held accountable for it to the fullest extent of the law. This is messed up. All right, so that's all I got for y'all. Check out this short commercial break brought to you by RNS Wealth Builders. Shout out to RNS Wealth Builders. Check out the commercial, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
I want it, I got it. I want it, I got it.